Show. It's the Real Chat Daddy Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. Glad to be here with you guys on a snowy and cold Tuesday evening here in the Chicagoland area, but we have a wonderful show that's going to warm your hearts and souls this evening. November is National Gratitude Month, and tonight we're talking about all things gratitude. Count it all joy. How can we be more grateful? What can we do to help each other? And who better to sit in the co-host chair than the Madame of Gratefulness, just back from her Spanish vacation. Yay, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only humanitarian birthday girl, all around leader, the one and only Miss Dionne Nicole Smith. Yay!
Hi guys, I'm back.
Yay!
Just for a second.
Just for a second. How you back just for a second? No, I need you for an hour. I don't, maybe more than an hour. You are highly loved when you come on here, so we love you.
Well, I appreciate you because I love you, and we know that good energy goes back and forth because we are two Scorpios.
Yes.
And my birthday was Sunday, the 6th of November.
Yay!
And somebody who is the host of this show, his birthday happens to be tomorrow. So you know I'm going to do happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Art. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Dionne. That was beautiful. Thank you. That was very good. When is your album coming out? That's what we need to talk about, right? That was right. Who knows?
Into the atmosphere, into the universe.
Yes.
That's right.
Thank
so many
you.
people talk about my group, and we still obviously we are blessed because I sing every freaking Sunday because I love it. That's my heart. And people still talk about our group and like, when are you guys? And we're already booked for a February Black History gig. Like we
so
even though we haven't,
For people that don't know, how did the group come about? And really amazing that you all are still together this long. How did it come about?
We are called the Celestials because jokingly we are named after Mrs. Celeste Sawyer Taylor. And for those of you that know, she is mother of Roderick Sawyer and Cheryl Sawyer McGill and Shedrick Sawyer. And they are like family to me. We all grew up in the same church, St. Mark Amy Zion on 74th and Cottage Grove. And Mama Celeste, she literally wanted us to sing a song because my sister Daphne, Dr. Daphne Smith Marsh, we all grew up in St. Mark singing. And so she had this song in her head that she wanted the three of us to do. That's actually how we got started, is that she wanted us to sing an arrangement of Jacob's Ladder. And we said, okay. Once we did it, everybody was like, okay, so you all a group? Because you all need to just start singing. And that was literally 22 years ago.
Wow, really? It's been that long.
It's been that long. And as soon as we started, we started doing hour-long concerts at City Hall every December. We were like the only adult group that they would book every December because we had I think I said we had our godmother, who is Pam Morris Walton. She was our fairy godmother who kept booking us for stuff. So for 6 years straight, we did a concert every freaking December. And then we started doing we did press things for Gospel Fest. And then we finally did like a gospel brunch at at the Park Grill downtown in Millennium Park. Then we had a set at Gospel Fest in 2010. And I want to say maybe the same year we were actually in concert with Ann Nesby. And if you want me to be ghetto,
Go on, be fabulous. Be fabulous. That's what this is all about. Be fabulous. Oh, oh boy, look
the
at you.
fabulous Ann Nesby of The Sounds of Blackness, we were
Yes.
introduced to her at Sixth Grace Presbyterian. And so, yeah, it's kind of crazy because people are always like, why haven't you actually record? What is wrong? We want to buy it, especially when we do write and arrange. Everything we sing, we arrange. So, and our fourth member, of course, the glue is brother Geo Cooper, George Cooper
Yes.
Jr., and he's a brilliant musician, of course, who has performed with everybody under the sun and was a member of SOS Band. I always love to bring that up because that's just
Yes.
a cool.
He was a great guest here on the show. He really was a great guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
He is
okay.
the Fisk University Jubilee. That he is Mr. Fisk Jubilee for sure. But long story short, we need to. But I always say, look, when you do things for the love of it, I never stress out about what is going to happen. If
Right.
God wants stuff to happen, it'll happen. I mean,
Right.
we would have never dreamed that we would do certain things. Have
Right.
Mayor Daley come down and hear us sing, be in a concert with someone who's we wouldn't have known various things that we would do. We were in a freaking USA Network movie called Great American Christmas.
What? Oh God, come on. Okay, so now listen. With all of those accomplishments, accomplishments,
Yeah.
and accolades, it has been incredible that you guys have stood the test of time like that. And so here's the deal. So what is the missing piece of the refocus in trying to get something recorded? Because Celestial Teas could actually be a sponsor of you all.
Ooh, that's
See?
something. I didn't think of putting that out in the atmosphere.
Right.
And you think about heavenly beings or celestial beings.
Right.
So that's another thing that people think about when they think about us. We were blessed with this gift, and it is a gift, and we do it for the love of it. I think that's mainly the reason why we're still together, is because we do it for the love of it. We've never done it to make money. We've never done it. Now, if things open up for us, if we are blessed with opportunities, that's wonderful. But I think the reason why is God gave us a gift. He gave us an amazing blend when we come together and sing. We have a wonderful blend, and I'm grateful that we just have this talent. But that's just a part of my spirit. It's a part of my DNA. I'm gonna sing until I literally take my last breath. I'll probably say, goodbye, and then I'll be gone. But I'm gonna sing to my last breath.
Please make sure I'm there for that moment. Whenever it is, I don't, even if I've gone on before you, please make sure they wake me up wherever I'm at to let me know you're going to do that in your final moments. I've got to capture that. I do. I really do. Well, Dionne, I appreciate you for that. Thank you. The birthday song was incredible. I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. Yep, tomorrow is the big day. I was going to talk about my age, but we'll just leave it at where it's at. We'll just leave it at where it's at. Yeah, I'm so it's a good thing.
It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter because we're still here, and we know the older we get, hopefully the wiser we get.
Yes.
All of these lessons that we keep learning, and I'm speaking person to person, private to private. All these lessons that we have been taught over these last number of years are making us stronger human beings, making us more open, I think even more so wanting to connect and wanting to change the world, right?
Yes.
I feel like
change agents for the world. I agree 100%. And I think there needs to be a new direction, a new focus of change agents in the world. But that's what I really, blessing people is, to me, is the most amazing thing you can do. And it has nothing to do with money. It has charm, resources to give, and be able to let people know they're cared for. So that's probably the best thing you can ever do in this world, so
exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. And I mean, it's all about number one, I think showing some love, having
Right.
some laughs. We all need to
Mhm.
laugh every day because this
Right.
life is hard enough as it is. So to
Mhm.
be able to spread some joy, have a laugh, be able to say, I can't believe my behind is this old. I made it to this point. Other people around me may not
Right.
have made it, right?
That's
We know
true.
of
That's
friends
true.
that may
Right.
have left this earth way too soon.
Right.
And I don't want to go there because it makes me think about our dear friend Sergio Mims. It makes me think about
Yeah, you know what though, real quick though, please explain to everyone about the life and times of Sergio for those that don't know, and tell us a little bit about the memorial service.
well, for those of you who may follow me at all or on Facebook, you probably heard the sad news, the unexpected news last month that legendary, I'm going to call him that, film critic, historian, Mr. Film himself, Sergio Mims, Alejandro Mims, he passed away unexpectedly last month. And it broke all of our hearts,
Yeah.
just collectively in Chicago and around the world. He touched so
Hmm.
many people just by being who he was, which was an incredible advocate for film and especially
Hmm.
Black film. And that
Right.
was one reason why we connected so much. And he was one of those moving forces in Chicago. He co-founded the Black Light Film Festival that was originally at the Art Institute way back in the day in the 80s,
Hmm.
that he
Hmm.
and Floyd Webb, and he co-founded that, and then he went on to co-found Black Harvest Film Festival at the Gene Siskel Film Center where I used to work. So obviously we built a relationship, and I was always so proud of what we were able to do together. And the things that would come out of his mouth were always hilarious, to be honest. I mean, sometimes I think, and for those who didn't know Sergio, Sergio was someone who would say whatever was on his mind.
Right. Yes,
His
it would.
he There were
Yes.
times that I went, Sergio, do you have a filter? And he would know, but he was, as one of our mutual friends said, he was a lovable curmudgeon. And
Yes. Yes.
sometimes
Yes.
he
Yeah.
he would love playing that role. He would
Right.
love, just kind of poking the establishment. He would say
Yes.
something or he would go there. And what I love though is he was always about uplifting the Black filmmaker. And I love that because you know how I am about supporting us and
Yes.
supporting
Yes.
Black film and trying
Yes.
to make sure that we have exposure. And that's who Sergio was. His
Yes, he
life
was.
was dedicated to making sure and helping filmmakers really reach another level. That's who he was. And I was
Hmm.
so grateful just to be able to say that he touched me, that I was a friend. I'm just
Hmm.
happy that I was able to say that because so
Yeah.
many people came together on Sunday at the film center, dear friends, including people who he had touched in the industry. He co-founded the website Shadow and Act, and Chaz Ebert was there. His dear friend, the brilliant Jacqueline Stewart, who is the head of the
Yes. Yeah.
Academy of Motion Pictures Museum
Hmm.
and the first Black host of Turner Classic Movies. She, of course, was the MC, and Dwayne Johnson Cochran was there, filmmaker, Chicago Tribune film critic.
Hmm.
Michael Phillips was there. Dawood Bey, amazing photographer. You had Margaret Caples, director of Community Film Workshop. There were so many wonderful people in that space. Of course, Barbara Allen, BA, she
Hey,
was the thread.
BA, another Scorpio.
Yes, another
Another
Scorpio. She was that
Scorpio.
thread. She was the thread because she was the one who, number one, I spoke to as soon as I found out, and
Hmm.
who I gave information so that she could communicate to the film center, to Jean de St. Aubin, and let her know and let other people know that he had passed. And she was that person who, some of us recorded clips, some of us recorded things just to make sure that people understood how we felt about Sergio. So it was wonderful to see just people come together to celebrate his life, and it just Chaga Walton, of course, past
Yes,
chair
yes.
of community film of the community council, and of course Keisha Chavers, and it just Derek Grace. Anyway, it was hard to be in that space knowing that you were there for that, but we had to because Sergio's gonna live forever because he has to. He's always gonna be connected. He's gonna live forever.
Right. Right, right. Well, our thoughts and prayers go out to his family, his loved
Yes.
ones. You were telling me how wonderful the tribute was. I saw a lot of it on social media as well, and really an icon. And many times that I
Yep.
got a chance to be in his presence, you are absolutely right. But the one thing I will say about him is he was very poignant about things that he said
Okay.
when it came to film, all of that. Speaking of film, it's heartbreaking to know that he's not still here with us because the opening weekend of the Disney and Marvel Studio Black Panther snagged a pocketbook of an estimated $180 million domestically. From reports that I've been reading internationally, I think it was 300 plus million
See,
dollars that
see,
it opening weekend. The Ryan Coogler film now holds the record for the biggest opening in the month of November
that's what I'm
and
talking
the
about.
highest second opening of 2022.
That's what I'm
So,
talking about.
so that's right. So have you seen the film yet?
Sadly, I haven't, only because it came out when I've had so much going on this past weekend. I was so upset because you know how strongly I believe in supporting things opening weekend, especially
Right,
now that we're slowly going back to the theaters. I
right.
was just not happy that I was not able to see it opening weekend because I couldn't do it. I just could not
Yes.
do it.
Mhm.
And but no, so I have to see it. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it yet. I
So are we
too
going to see
very
it?
busy. Okay, well maybe we'll have to go see it. I mean, okay, right. Okay, now that you're saying that, then maybe we'll have to go see it. How about that? Yes, we will
We have
because
to.
we've got to Wakanda
We have
forever.
to.
We've
We
got
have
to.
to.
Yes, we've got to. So okay, all right. We'll check in on that one. All
Yes.
right. Another thing that we want to do is wish comedian and late night talk show host Mr. Jay Leno a speedy
Yes.
recovery.
Yes.
This past Saturday, as you guys all know, he is a collector of cars from different centuries, different years, vintage cars. And one of his cars backfired and exploded or sent gas in his face and ended up burning him. His eyes have not been affected, so his eyes are good. And I
Oh
guess they
no.
said the left side of his face is what experienced
Mm,
what it did, and they'll possibly be able to do skin graft to
okay.
try to get him back. But isn't
Okay.
that horrible? That is really horrible.
It's horrible. When I heard that
Mhm.
story, and I just, oh my gosh, that broke my heart. I can't even imagine just that automatic feeling of just when you're doing something that you love and you're so used
Right.
to happening so quickly. So yes, prayers to his
Yes.
family, prayers for strength, for comfort, for complete healing to Jay Leno
Yes.
and his family. Yep.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Well, another thing that I want to talk about in Hot Topics before you and I move forward is that it is being reported that Mr. Nick Cannon, Mariah Carey's first baby daddy, now he is the daddy to baby number 12 that was just born. It is reported that he pays roughly over $3 million a year in child support. Do you
That
know what we could do?
I saw that. I'll be honest. I read that and I laughed when his response was, "I do more than that." You know what? I'm not mad at you, brother. I'm not gonna sit here and I'll be real. Yes, we could have a whole lot of discussion. I know his name has been talked about for a long time because that's a lot of kids.
Right,
And the
right,
closest thing to that, let's be real, is when people have a tribe of kids, and let's say when when you've had those certain cultures where you do multiple wives, right? Let's be real,
right,
right?
right,
When you've
right,
had that, or you have cultures where you here in America, which in a lot of places, and we know it's not just Utah or or Arizona or whatever, when you see, obviously, one of the popular shows was about, multiple wives, right?
Right, right.
So the thing about him is he's not marrying all these people. he's having
I
kids.
did. I did. Look, my morals did have a moment of like, wait a minute now. This man is not marrying any of these women.
And I'm
These,
trying to figure that out. That's what
these
I'm
women
trying
are
to figure.
actually standing in line to have more babies by him. And so I don't know. It to me, yeah, like my morals thing said, hello, hello. But then I said, well, we live in a world now where people do whatever they want. They act however they want, So I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. And like I said, I'm not gonna judge you. You live your life. I'm care about if you care and you're there for your kids,
Right.
that nobody knows your life but me. I mean, but
Right.
you. No, I don't. Sorry, I don't know you, Nick Cannon. Nobody knows your
Right.
life but you. So, and if you say you take care of your kids, now I'll say this. I always think about, and there's no disrespect to anybody who has multiple kids, because if you
Right.
want to have a child, you're able to take care of your child. That's a beautiful thing if you want to. I don't have any kids. I love children, but I don't have any. That's a
Right.
choice, right? I do believe that if you're able to take care of your kids, okay, right? You're taking care of your kids. But we know the more kids you have, you're never able to give them the same time and attention.
No. No.
Nobody's
Mm-mm.
ever going to get the same time and attention ever. The more kids
Right.
you have. And it's not a
Mm-hmm.
negative thing. It's just a reality. There's only so many
Right.
hours in a day, so many minutes. And if you have to work, you have to survive, you have to take care of your kids.
Right.
They're never gonna get the same amount of time ever. So
Mm-hmm.
that's between him and him.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
like you said, you have women who are seem to be lining up. I have look, sister girl, I don't know your situation. I don't know. He must have some strong mojo, but I don't want it anywhere near me. I'll just say that. I'm not trying to be
Mm-hmm.
the sixth or seventh. I no, when it comes to a woman, no, I don't want it near me. And hey, bruh, I like you.
Right.
Do your thing, do your thing. You're talented, do your thing. You take care of your kids. God bless you. God bless you. Now, I want to say
Right.
one
Right.
thing.
Okay.
There are a couple things that
Yes.
because we're talking about gratitude, I'm gonna
Yes.
quickly hit these two. Today has been just a
Uh,
busy day for me, hence the
yes.
outfit looking a little bit
Right.
more, business like or what have you, with my leather.
Oh, I just
Um, so
yes. Okay.
yes, today has just been busy because got up this morning, was invited, had to attend a breakfast with our friend Christy Love and her wonderful
Hey.
conference that she was basically doing a press conference to announce that it will be back in 2023. She Biz conference, uplifting Black women, Black business owners. And so it was wonderful to be in the room with some talented people. And this is one that you should have on a future show because this is important. Her book, Dr. Gina Jones, her book is called Legacy Made Simple. And so she's one person that you should probably have on your show because I really appreciated what she had to say so much that I bought her book because it was released today. So
Nice.
I was
Nice.
happy to actually buy her book because we know it's more than just financial, right? It's more
Right.
about what are we doing with what we have and the
Right.
fact that anything is possible with what resources we have, and we have to think in that mindset. And then now at the end of the day, this is also what I just came from, which was a conversation at the executive club called Meeting the Moment, excuse me, where a conversation with the CEO and president of PBS, Paula Curtis,
Really?
with
Oh.
moderated by Bill Curtis. So that's what I
Oh.
just came from, which was an executive club discussion. And because we are, as you say, meet in the moment, being in this current situation that is
Mm-hmm.
completely crazy in this nation,
Mm-hmm.
we know we need public broadcasting more than ever.
Yes, we
We
do.
need these platforms more than ever. As much as everything is going towards streaming, every doggone company wants to separate, wants to make you pay for everything. We need PBS.
Right.
We need
Yes.
platforms where all ages can actually
Mm-hmm.
see something important, that they can see something educational, something entertaining, something that reflects them, something that allows us to really dig deep and investigate things. They were talking about the fact that you don't even have regular investigative programming anymore. If you notice
No.
that on
No.
TV,
Right.
everything is
Right.
focused on crime. And she
Right.
said that, and Bill Curtis was like, he said, yeah, I'm guilty of it. It's true. Everything is
Right.
focused on crime when we all should. Can we widen that? We need to be talking about and investigating everything, right? There's so much
Right.
stuff that we can touch upon. And those were just two things that made my day so busy, but very fruitful, right? When you think about how
Mm-hmm.
do we think about meeting the moment and also making sure we have platforms in which to spread and be grateful and find new ways to express
Mm-hmm.
gratitude.
Okay, I agree. So, with that being said, I want to talk about the Coleman Foundation and
Yes,
Guest House Chicago. So, lead us into this conversation before we have to get to our guest in just a few moments. And I'm gonna
sure.
put up some. I'm gonna put up some information.
Yes. So, you know how much we love our organization. Guest House provides temporary lodging for those who cannot afford to stay at a hotel. And we know how expensive hotels are in Chicago. Just imagine if it is your mother who needs some kind of cancer treatment, or maybe she needs some kind of procedure, and it just is not feasible for her to get on a bus, to take an Uber, to get on the L, to go back and forth from her house in order to get the treatment, to maybe have appointments. But you find a place like Guest House who is able to take you in, who is able to provide an apartment for you so that you can stay there during your treatment, and actually not going to cost you an arm and leg. We start at a certain level and then we go down from there based on what you can afford. So if you can't afford anything, we're still going to let you stay. We're still going to provide that service. We are making health care accessible. We know how important that is in this day and age when we talk about equity and accessibility. Guest house is so important. So, from now through December 15th, everybody, please open up your credit card, go to www.guesthousechicago.org, click on the donate button. We need 72 people to give us $175. If you do, the Coleman Foundation will graciously match every gift of $175 up to 12,500. So we really want to get that goal match. So give $175 from now to December 15th. Go to our website. Please consider, spread the word. Please, you will impact a lot of people more than you know.
And for those of you that do not know, I am a team member at Guest House, and I absolutely love it. It is one of the most fascinating places ever because I am on the front line of interacting with people on a daily basis, and you do meet some of the most wonderful people ever from all over the world. It is not about
Yes,
what
it
your
is.
situation is, it's about who are you, where you're from. And that's what bonds people. And it's the most beautiful thing ever. And so if you guys could do something, please donate, give something. That would be great. A donation of $175 will be matched by the Coleman Foundation, and that's until December 15th. So,
Yeah,
and it's the end of the year, a great
that's
tax
right.
write-off. How
That's
about
right.
that?
That's right.
Okay. Good
But
job. Good job. Yeah. Oh, look, maybe I'll get a gold star when I come back to work tomorrow. Maybe I'll get a gold star. Yay.
You may get a
I
gold
know.
star. You may get something else when you come into work tomorrow.
Oh boy,
Hmm.
that's gonna be exciting. All right, let's move on. Tonight we're all about gratitude, and tonight we're talking to two wonderful people. Our first guest this evening is all a part of an African-American owned brewery. So this is what I have been sipping on tonight. This is my birthday drink. I was telling Dionne in the green room, I said, listen, let me try it. I said, oh no, this is not, something you do like this. I said, no, you sip this. This is European beer drinking. And so I can't wait to have a conversation tonight with our guests. You want to talk a little bit about our guest, Dionne, and then we'll bring them on?
Well, you know what? I actually met him. Maybe a little over a week or so ago. We met at American Cancer Society event called Taste of Hope. And we have a mutual friend. And honestly, I was impressed with the fact that they were the only, to my knowledge, Black owned vendor that was in the space. And you think about how big Chicago is and how many vendors there were, they were the only ones. So it was wonderful to see them and to find out a little bit more about this brand new Black owned brewery that launched last year on Juneteenth, which I think is that's powerful enough. That's a question right there that we have to ask Jamhal about. So,
okay, all right.
introduce.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we'll meet the co-founder and chief financial officer of Moor's Brewing Company, an African-American owned craft beer brand based right here in Chicago. It started Juneteenth of last year, and I am enjoying this evening. We'll talk about that. Let's welcome to the show the one and only Mr. Jamhal Johnson. Yay!
All right.
Hey, thank you for having me, guys. Thank you.
It's a
pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well, sir. Good evening. So glad to have you here. Dionne came back ranting and raving. She does not even drink. She was more impressed with the fact Black owned craft beer. She had just gotten back from Spain, but I am a craft beer drinker. And the moment I opened this, something told me, get yourself a straw, brother. This is not a chugging product. This is a sipping product. Welcome to the show. Yeah, this is nothing you chug down. This is nothing after you played a baseball game. You just swig a can of this down. No, you do not do this, you guys. This is a craft beer. Tell us about yourself, about the business, and let's get into this conversation.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, I'm Jamhal Johnson, co-founder and CFO of Moor's Brewing Company. We launched last year on Juneteenth of 2021, June 19th. So we've been open for about 17 months now, and it's been a great start for us. So far, we've been picked up and served in over 300 retail locations throughout Chicago. That includes, big grocers, some arenas, bars and restaurants throughout Chicago. So we're very grateful for the traction that we've received so far, and just being able to partner with such legacy organizations like ACS, where I met Dionne. We were definitely part of the Taste of Hope event. We were the only Black vendor, I believe. We also took part in the Real Men Wear Pink campaign, where we helped raise money to research breast cancer. So we actually created a pink version of this hoodie and donated part of the proceeds to the ACS for that campaign. So we're very active and very aggressive in our mission of being a nationally owned Black beer brand. So thank you for having me on your show.
It's a pleasure. I want to find out craft beers. So everybody's not a connoisseur of craft beers. How did this love for craft beer come about?
Well, professionally, I worked at several, large accounting firms, and traveling as a corporate tax accountant, I would often find myself in small towns, small obscure towns, where the only place where you can, eat and drink, it would be a local brewery. And that's where I would encounter craft beer, beers with higher ABVs, beers with, more flavor and things of that nature. but it definitely wasn't an area where you saw a lot of Black people.
Very good. Dionne, go right ahead.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, just in general, we're always the ones that have to kind of create our own space wherever we are. And I am curious, like, okay, you're going around, you're living your life, you're doing your job, you're enjoying something just naturally. What made you say, okay, I'm not going to wait on somebody else. I'm going to do it. What made you just jump in and make that move?
Well, I mean, it was actually I was inspired, just to be more creative in my life. Me as a tax accountant, it gets pretty stale. It's the same thing, over and over. There's no
Yes.
real opportunity to be creative. But it was COVID, and actually it was the whole George Floyd incident had occurred.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of focus around diversity, equity, and inclusion. So there was like this cultural shift in America where there was this huge focus on that. And for me, beer is beer at large is a very monolithic industry where less than 1% of the industry is African American. And to my knowledge, there's never been a African American owned beer brand in general, let alone craft. So
Right.
we thought it was a great industry to kind of jump into and disrupt, especially considering the approach that we took. We found that African Americans weren't very present in the space because we felt that it wasn't marketed appropriately to that segment, that group. It's generally just for beer enthusiasts, beer nerds, white people with beards and stuff like that. So we
It's
definitely
true though.
to definitely go the other way with it, be brand forward and highlight the Moorish history, to highlight the excellence of Black people, people of color, a time when we actually ruled, for 700 years or so. It's not a widely known history that is even spoke about in America, but you see it present throughout Europe. Yeah, so we just felt that it was a great way to kind of highlight our culture and lean into it a lot more and not be afraid. We saw it as an opportunity to put a Black man on the beer can, which has never been achieved. I don't believe.
I love it. Yep.
So I do have a question.
Sure.
Who's father, uncle, cousin? Who is this? Who is this gentleman?
So that's actually a 16th century painting that we repurposed. So he's actually the Moorish King Casper. So he's actually a Moorish king, and I actually chose the photo because he looked like somebody's uncle, cousin, or anybody
exactly
that we can connect to or to. He looked like someone that I knew.
I just saw him outside of Happy's Liquors on 79th and College. I just saw this dude. So that's why I was like, how much y'all pay him? But okay, all right, I digress. Right.
No, but that's kind of the appeal that I was going for with that photo, because he reminded me of the first Lionel Jefferson. Like
yes.
And,
right.
And I just was like, okay, it's somebody that when we looked at it and we see the crown, see the jewels, which we added, people could see themselves or just feel proud of the fact that of who we are in light of the times that we're going through now, where all you see is the police brutality or hurting each other.
Right. So Jamhal, I have a question for you. I want to talk about the Imperial Porter that I'm enjoying. I want to talk about some of your product here, because when I say to you, when I opened it up, very rich, creamy, smooth. I almost detected an undertone of maybe coffee or something in it. So how do you come up with the collection? And tell us about the one I'm drinking.
Well, the one you're drinking is our highest in ABV. So that is not one you would want to chug. But the one you're drinking is our Imperial Porter. Is made with blueberries, roasted chocolate, a little coffee, and a hint of lavender. So and the way we come up with our flavor profiles is, we just think of how to elevate beer, much like wine. We actually engaged one of our friends who's a wine sommelier to
Nice.
kind of come up with some of our flavor profiles. So we definitely kind of approach it in a different manner, making sure our beers pair well with food. So that particular beer that you're enjoying pairs well with, steak, other red meats, and just dinner, steak and potatoes. So like a heavier dinner.
Yeah.
And it is actually made goes well with lots of other desserts and things like that. So people actually
it is
with the
it is great. It is really good. I just grabbed it. I said, "Oh, this can look good." I threw it in the refrigerator, and I said, "Okay." Right. And once it chilled up, I came in here and I said, Dionne, let me kind of taste this before I get on the air with him tonight. I said, because I want to make sure. And I said, oh boy. I said, no, you sip this. I may be sipping this for the next 7 days. Right. Yeah.
I want to say we do have we now have 5 beers, but the one you're drinking is actually our third beer. So we do have 2 other ales. The black can, which is our session ale, it's a light 5%. It's made with green papaya, key lime, and a lemongrass finish. So that one is a lot more crushable, and you could probably drink it, without the straw. As well as our IPA. It's not a traditional IPA. We don't like to make our beer too hoppy or too beery,
right.
And we have a great Hell's Lager, which is my personal favorite. It's the green can. I'm sure you got. That's our one that everybody's kind of liking right now, including the women. Women who don't really drink beer that much, they really enjoy that one. And we just debuted a new one this past weekend, which is part of a collaboration with the Brewing. They had an event called the Beer Summit, and we all made a beer kind of highlighting the Stroll, which is the Bronzeville area. And we made a barrel aged with maple syrup brown ale, and we highlighted Nat King Cole. So
oh my God, that sounds really good. That really okay.
So that's actually very good, and people are liking that a lot. So
good. All right, your website is up on the screen. Can we physically come somewhere and see you guys, or is strictly retail? How does it all work for people to be in the Cool Kids Club? And I'm still gonna drink mine through a straw, y'all, because I'm telling you, I'm like,
we're currently looking for a space, so we don't have a brick and mortar yet. So again, we're like 16 months old, so we're looking for a space now. But yeah, it's strictly retail. We're available all over Chicago. Like I mentioned, Jewel-Osco, Binny's, Mariano's, soon to be Whole Foods. We're at the United Center, Wintrust Arena, Kimbark Liquors. We got to show them some love.
And
Williams Inn Pizza. They actually is a great account for us. So they're Black owned. We appreciate them a lot too. So.
Okay. All right.
I
Very
love it.
good.
So I'm just curious real quick, Art, because I know we gotta.
Yes.
But I'm listening to you and I'm immediately thinking, which you probably have already been doing, but I'm like, okay, so it's now gonna be beer and food tastings and pairings. You guys are already doing it, I would assume.
Yeah, we did an event earlier this year with Time Out Market, where who serves our beer. We did a thing called Brews and Bites, where we paired
Nice.
a different beer with a dish from each of the restaurants that has a station downstairs. So we had the event upstairs in their rooftop. So it was
Nice.
pretty nice. So we intend to
Nice.
do a lot more events like that. And just really quick, we're gonna do a collaboration beer with a yuzu company, which a yuzu is a Japanese lemon to kind of explain. And Chef Dan Peretta, which is a very known chef, well-known chef here in Chicago and throughout the country, actually. So we're gonna do a wild jasmine rice and yuzu lager, which will hopefully debut at the top of the year. So we're gonna have some fun now that we have our flagships, and we're getting a lot of opportunities thrown our way. So we're gonna definitely continue to work hard and make these moves.
That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. And I'm a foodie, as Art knows. I was on Check Please before it went off the air.
Right.
And so I'm always, as soon as you got me with food, it would make me taste it. As soon as you pair it with something, that'll make me say, okay, I'm gonna sip it. Let me try it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, Jamhal, I just want to say thank you so very much. You are a shining example. You, the company, the product of gratitude. And you guys turned the situation around during the pandemic, was able to launch. Your product is really great. I definitely will join your mailing list so I can continue to know what you're doing. See, the spirit led me to pick the most alcohol filled. You know what I'm saying? It knew it was my birthday eve. So it led me to pick the best drink to drink. And we appreciate you. Everybody, if you have a beer enthusiast in your life, if you want to introduce yourself to craft beers, join this website, get on, check them out, moorsbeer.com.
Yes, sir.
Yep, please. All right, my pleasure. Thank you, sir. Have a great evening, and we look forward to your brick and mortar or one of your events. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, sir. See you later. That was great. Oh, that was amazing. That was wonderful. Great gentleman. It's amazing. I picked the most alcohol level beer, didn't I? See,
I just laughed because I went
right.
Only you would pick.
Right. I did. I said, oh, girl, let me open this and taste this to make sure. I said, because, I hate to be tasting something on the air with somebody and it tastes, I'll be like, Lord, this tastes like pedicure water. Oh, my God, what is this? So, no, thank God. It's a great beer. It is really delicious and all of that. All right, so our next guest this evening is here to talk about gratitude as well. Oftentimes when you grow up in a household where you are the child to a major star, Dionne understands this because her father was a major force in the educational world, and her mom. And so Dionne understands this from a daughter's perspective. Well, tonight, we are going to talk to the daughter of the late, great Mr. Herbert Rogers Kent, Herb Kent, the Cool Jet, who had a 70 plus years legacy in the radio world. Okay. And my friend tonight is his only daughter. She's fabulous, jet setter, businesswoman. But most importantly, she's here tonight to talk to us about the legacy of her dad. She's here tonight to also talk about preparing your damn business, y'all. Get your life in order. That's what gratitude is all about when your life is in order. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our good friend, the one and only Miss Robin Kent.
Yay! Hello, everyone. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
We can, darling. How are you this evening?
Oh my God. Listen, I am doing amazing. I'm here in Miami. It's like 81 degrees.
Oh, you really are doing amazing then.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, we jealous. We are jealous.
Right.
We are. We're very jealous.
Welcome to come. You're more than welcome to come. I just bought a brand new 80-foot sofa, so you're more than welcome.
Oh my God.
Very good. Well, Robin, it is so good to see you, my friend. You look well. Miami has been treating you well. We want to talk to you tonight about the fact that this is Gratitude Month and that we're just grateful to be alive. We're grateful to have survived a pandemic. We were saying in the intro that you are the daughter of really radio royalty. Your father had a career of over 70 years in the radio business. We loved and adored him. Tell us a little bit about your relationship with your father.
Wow, where do I start? Not to sound, cliche, but a true daddy's girl through and through. My father and I were very, very close. And again, with me being the only child and me being the daughter, and then you have like the father, that man woman, kind of relationship. And my father has always been just a kind of person who made me feel extremely valued and loved. And my father was always just a real, I don't know, he was a character, even just growing up and as a kid, it was like something always going on in our home. My father was the ultimate dad and just a very, very cool person.
Very good. Well, over the years of, your dad doing his thing, meeting a number of celebrities that he has met over the years, and you just watching him in the studio, what are some lessons? And Dionne, I'm sure you can chime on this as well, with your father being who he was in the academic field. What are some of the most important lessons women need to learn about the father-daughter dynamic?
I would have to say that's like your first relationship, and
Yep.
what you should expect or anticipate for a male to treat you like. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
That kind of sets the foundation, more or less, and then just again me having going through life, I've always tend to navigate and gravitate towards older men and just people who are just more of a gracious nature, if that makes sense. I never dated my age, but yeah, I think that's kind of important key.
Yeah, and I'm curious because I know you asked me the question too, or you wanted me to say, and it's no offense, Robin, you're here, so it's not about me. I'm curious. I'm blessed because I had a wonderful father. I did. Had a wonderful father who taught for over 50 years in the Chicago public school system, taught music for over 50 years. So
Wow.
there's so many people, so many adults in this world who, when he passed 4 years ago, came to our service and said, I am the man I am because of your dad. Because he
Yeah.
always taught about self-respect. He always taught about you need to have integrity. Like he always used a Dr. King quote whenever he taught. So, like you said, you're grateful when you have it in your own house, but when it's also given and reflected on others, that's even more special. And I'm just curious, were there certain things that your dad taught you that made you say, I've got to make sure I pass this on because this is too important?
You know what? Honestly, he didn't have to say anything because his existence and his actions and just where he is was in life, it spoke for itself. And just me as the daughter and the sole heir, it would only be right for me to be a warrior of all things her pen.
Right.
So I'm going to come out the gates with relaunching my father's lovely book here.
Yay!
I want to give back right away. I'm going to be doing a scholarship. All right, because Daddy taught at Chicago State for over 18 years.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I'm setting all those things up now. So we're gonna plan something really big for next October. And so I'm just trying to raise money and just want to give back and also to bring awareness, everyone, on the importance of having your affairs in order. And that's what you were speaking on, and that's a major topic for me. And I think it's something that we need to talk about because again, no one really likes to talk about death, and I get it. But look at where we're living in these times and what's happening. I mean, from the White House to the house down the street, it's just getting insane. So I think and feel that, if we can spend $15,000 or $10,000 to put down on a fur coat or a Range Rover, why not sit down with our families and spend that $1,200? And do something that's, of good means and that's going to benefit everyone. Because when you lose a loved one and then you have to because when you're losing someone, that's already a mind trick in itself. You're already kind of
it is.
But now, for instance, if you and I were brother and sister and our mother were to pass and say, you want to sell the home and I want to keep it, now we're fighting and our mother is not here.
Right.
Right.
It's, I'm all about prevention. It's better than a cure. And I just don't want anyone to go through what I've gone through. A lot of people think that I'm bitter or have something, negative to say, but I don't, because I'm so overwhelmed with blessings and with God being so in my presence. I have no room for that. The universe has been very good and very receiving. So I'm just, on this natural high. I want to keep this momentum going and keep my father's legacy alive and let it go down in history where he can help other upcoming people who want to get into the music industry. When people buy the book, you can learn and take something from it. My father's very candid in the book. He talks about, him being a recovering addict. So, I mean, that could be inspirational to someone to say, hey, he's from recovering addict.
That's
now he was, and he has Disc Jockey Radio Hall of Fame.
Right.
World record. So it can be taken in that good light. My father was a shining bright light that could never be dimmed. And for 6 years, it kind of sat on the shelf. When you have like spirits around that aren't the most pleasant, but we've broken through that, and quitting and losing was never an option. That's not in my vocabulary. I victory for me. So I'm just like, God is good.
That's right.
Wow.
Right.
Robin, it's beautiful. It really is. It's heartwarming. It's touching. I can actually feel your energy and your aura. We've been close for a number of years. Real quick, I'm gonna tell the story, you guys. I knew Robin way before I knew who her dad was. And Robin had invited me to meet her to eat at a place that had chicken wings on Chicago Avenue. What was the name of that place? They had wonderful chicken wings. I'll never forget this. Robin and I are sitting there, and she was like, "Oh, my dad's gonna join us." I was like, "Oh, okay." When her dad walked in and her father was Herb Kent, I choked. I was like, and had been knowing Robin for years. You understand me? Yeah, no, I never knew who your dad was until that very day, and that blew my mind. And I was just like, man, an amazing daughter, and this is her dad, and so no, just beautiful. I damn near choked on them chicken wings. I was like,
I know exactly what wing something, and they had this thing where you throw the order on this string, like
yes. And we were on the patio. My God, I'll never. All right, Robin, what's next for you? What can we do? How can we help you? Just tell us what we can do to help you in this month of gratitude.
Well, honestly, what I would love to do would just help me to get a platform to spread the word. I'm going to relaunch my father's book, and I'm going to be putting together, like I said, I've just been blessed with receiving all of my father's his estate and all of his likeness. So now I'm doing all the important trademarking and LLCing and getting those things in order first. But I'm just trying to get on as many platforms as I possibly can to spread the word. And also, I'm sorry, not a lot of people knew that, my father had dementia. And I want that to be known as well. And the fact that, he was not married. This was a person who made herself power of attorney. So again, that goes back to the importance of having your affairs in order. So I just want to spread the word of love and just, prevent anything crazy happening. That's all.
Yes. All right. Very good. Well, we love you, my friend. Keep being fabulous in Miami. I'll be down there to see you hopefully in the springtime. I know. In the spring.
Come in February when it's really jacked up cold. You will love it here.
I know. I trust and believe. I know. That's my goal. So we'll see.
Right on the water, so it's perfect.
Yes. All right. Well, we love you, Dionne. What do you want to?
Thank you as well, madam. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. It's lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you. Your dad was everything. I mean, come on. You seem like such a beautiful spirit. So I truly pray the best for you. Because I can only imagine what you've been through these years. I pray the best for you.
Yes, it's been a true journey, but it's been a lesson, and I learned a lot about myself, a lot about people, and I know that, hey, it's a bigger picture out there, so I have to just keep moving, keep it moving. Right. It's big, and I'm tagging.
That's right. All right.
I'm right with you.
We love you. We love you, darling. Have a great night. Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye. Bye. Oh, wasn't she amazing? Just beautiful.
She
The
was
one and only Miss Robin
lovely.
Kent. Yes,
She
see
was
there?
lovely. She
Yes,
was. She's
I felt
lovely.
like we had a little singing group right there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's
I
true.
just I just need to learn how to sing. I do. I need to learn how to sing. Well, Dionne, in closing tonight, what do you want to say? All of that great stuff. You did an amazing job as always. Thank you so much. I appreciate my birthday beverage. My
Well,
song earlier.
beverages, because you got
Look,
3 other ones that you're
I
gonna
know
conquer at some
it'll
point.
be a minute. It'll be a minute. This one gonna take a week. I'm telling you. Okay.
Well, I'm just going to say, as always, my friend, thank you for always giving us this platform because we don't take it for granted. I would hope we don't take it for granted. This is
No.
always about connecting community, making sure that people have resources, making sure that people know that there are individuals in this world that care about you, and we all need to connect and support each other. So Art has it up there on the screen. If you have it within your means, if you would like to, even if you don't, and you can just spread the word for us, please spread the word. Guesthousechicago.org. Spread the word. We would love to try to support and service even more people than we do. We support between 500 to 700 families a year. We provide around 12,000 nights of service. Did you hear me? That's a lot of nights of service. And this was before the pandemic happened. And now that we're back in a certain place, our numbers are increasing. We have a
Yes.
wait list that tells you
Yes.
how many people are in need. So thank you
Yes.
all so much for even considering it. Please spread the word. We would greatly appreciate it. And we appreciate you, my friend.
Oh, thank you. No, I appreciate you guys. It's been a wonderful journey so far. I'm looking forward to the future. It's really refreshing to just be able to deal with people on a one-on-one. That's all I've ever done was people. That's all I know how to do is soothe, comfort, and help people. And so it's been really wonderful, and I appreciate it. So, yeah. So if you guys can do so, please give guesthousechicago.org, guesthousechicago.org. We appreciate you guys so much. And you'd be surprised. You never know who might need us. You'd be really
That's right.
surprised because you just never know. Yeah,
Well,
you have to keep in mind.
remember the Hollywood director or producer that was in our guest house at Easter time, and he started talking, and
Yeah.
we had no clue that he was really being truthful. And I had his name.
Right.
He said his name, and I went, wait a
Yeah.
minute, I know
Yeah.
that doggone name. And the
Yep.
fact that he was a Hollywood producer
Right.
that was staying with us says something. You don't
Yep.
know what somebody's circumstance is. So all I'm
Right.
saying is,
Well, I mean,
no.
people imagine you have to come to Chicago for medical treatment. Keep in mind, we have some of the best hospitals, some of the most advanced doctors. People live in places where things that they may need to have done or want to have done are not performed at their local hospital. And hotel rooms in the area of where we are can run upwards of $200, $300, $400 a night. Keep in mind, we're not far from a concert venue, all of that kind of stuff. And so we are a refuge for people that are in need of treatment in the medical center. So, yes. So it is wonderful. Thank you, darling. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
It's all about giving back to others. That's what it's all about.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you guys so very much. It's been a wonderful show this evening between my cousin here on the Canada's Big Bro. I'm telling you, I saw a dude on 79th. That's why I was like, girl, what kind of royalty bid is this? I know dude. I know dude. Right. I'm trying to figure out how we dated at one point, but I
literally meant to say to Jamhal that that's what got me going over there to Spain and learning more, because we already knew Moorish culture was in within Spain. So it just made me laugh to come back from my trip and to meet Moor's brewery. That made me laugh. I said, okay, I guess it was meant for me to meet you, huh?
This is one of those things, Dionne. I would give you a little sip in a cup, and let you, because otherwise a sip is all you need. Trust and believe.
That's all I would do.
Yes. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so very much. I don't know if we'll be back next Tuesday night. Yes, we will. I promise you. That'll be the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So we'll be back next Tuesday night. For more information about yours truly, please visit therealchatdaddy.com, therealchatdaddy.com. That's where you can find out more information about me. Thank you guys so very much for all your birthday wishes, messages, loves, greetings, all of that. We'll talk about more things. I have to review a play next week as well, too. All right. We love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Dionne, I'll see you, my friend. Have a great night. Bye.
It's the real Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show.